It's a great day in America. So thank you for tuning in to this next episode, episode 12, which we're going to talk about social media and networking. And so I've been busy the last couple of weeks. I haven't had a chance to produce my latest episode. So today we're going to feature Alicia Springer. She's a social media expert. She just did a presentation at a local luncheon here in the Houston area. And so I myself have been out networking with the American Legion, the Marine Corps League, Veterans Business Force, the Houston Regional Veterans Chamber. And tonight I'm going to a mixture with the Katy area chamber. And I think Friday we have the Katy Chamber breakfast. So been out meeting people, building up my mighty network. And of course, my advice to many of my clients is, build up your mighty network. People know people, and people need to know who you are. And so without further ado, here is Alicia Stringer today presenting on social media. So social media is a part of marketing, and it's always good to hire people like Alicia that can help guide your conversations online. So thank you so much.
All right. Well, thanks. I'm ready.
Tell me when to push the button.
Push the button. I'm here. Thanks, guys, for supporting me. I really appreciate it. I invited several people to be my supporters here, and appreciate you coming to listen to what I have to say and being involved. So we are here to create your story. So, of course, the first story I love of, and that's what I put on the back here, Jesus Christ told the best story of all. And if you know me, I love the power of a story and love to share Jesus' story. So I want you to join me in singing I Love to Tell the Story. So let me get my little pitch pipe if I have one. Let's see if I search for it. We have.
You're going to sing too.
Right? I love to tell the story of unseen things above, and Jesus is His glory. Oh, Jesus and His love. I love to tell the story because I know 'tis true. It satisfies my longings as nothing else can do. I love to tell the story. 'Twill be my theme and glory to tell the old story of Jesus and His love. This story, this song is based around Revelation 5:9, and what better language in the Bible is in Revelation? Anybody love the Bible of Revelation? The whole book there. So I wanted to share one verse of that the hymn is based on, Revelation 5:9, and says, and they sing a new song saying, "You are worthy to take the scroll because it opens its seals because you were slain, and with your blood you purchased for God and persons from every tribe and language, people and nation." So Jesus had a story, and He was probably the best storyteller ever lived, and you can learn all His stories that He shared in the Bible and why it's still around today. So if we learn how to share a story, we're learning from Christ first of all. So I wanted to share, we're trying to better ourselves from His examples He shared with Lent and become a better person, but what better person from Christ? Every week I share a devotional blog, and most of it's from the sermons I learn, from going to different churches, or I like inspirational stories. Gary Chapman, I kind of tag his a lot of stuff from the 5 Love Languages, and I have a devotional Bible from him, and I share a lot of his devotionals. So this one was kind of inspiring to me, and you can see it on the other side. I put in the website of my devotional blog. It's at aliciastringer.co, not the calm one. So if you just go to the CO one, it'll have all the devotional blogs. So this one was my last one that I shared, a new song, and it shared how there's inspiration inspirational composers in our lives that share the story. So what inspires you from your story? This one was a song that's written, way back. If you know, it talks about Isaac Watts was a composer of a lot of hymnals, and Jesus tells a story. I don't think he wrote this one exactly, but Joy to the World he wrote, a lot of popular hymns that Isaac Watts wrote. So this was, I share a little video about the inspiration of this composer and how he tells a story. So same thing, video shares our story, right? So what was, take time to share your own story in this, and taking Jesus Christ and how we can share our own story. How are we affected in our story is live video. Like, what is the number one thing you can do on social media to get your story heard? Video. So right now, my boyfriend's sharing live video on Instagram, and he's going to record it. We're going to put it on YouTube and different places. So raise your hand if you have an Instagram account. All right, so if you have an Instagram account, I want to encourage you to open it up right now so you can see the live video that we're doing right there. And there's some magic that's going to happen. So you open up and you look for my profile at Ask Alicia Stringer, and I think I put that on the sheet how to say my name at least. So just AskAlecia, and you find my profile, and you should see that my picture should be highlighted. It'll show that I'm going live right now, and how it's going on there. So if you have it, maybe turn down your volume, because obviously it might give some feedback if we're in the room right now. So you see that I'm live right there. The action that I want you to do is just do something. I want you to wave, do a heart, make a comment. I love seeing your live, something positive that you're seeing the live video from now. Even if you watch it recorded, come back, do comment. That gives us all, I'd love to share your story, on how you get involved and engaged in social media, right? When you make a comment or an engagement or something, you should see some magic happen to your private message. So I have a little special tool that does some magic out there to start a private message and says, hey, I'm so thankful that you checked out my live video, and I'm going to start a conversation with you to keep going on in the engagement. And you're going to have some options that come up, maybe yes or something like that, and you're going to have some options to do and keep going in the conversation. So I love your feedback on what you think that experience is like, what the magic is on that, and think about ways how we can be creative in sharing our story to keep the conversation going from someone that might see our live videos that are sharing their story, to keep the conversation going to where you can close business and engagement and stuff like that. There's a lot of options now that we want to share, and through social media that didn't realize the people that you can meet, or through connections, or share, I know someone that and share it with somebody that sees that. So it's the viral of that relationship that we want to build on social media. So there are a few things that I just wanted to share of the importance of how this tool, this action that you're seeing that can go, is the magic, I call it, that most people don't realize that you can do this kind of thing, is that power of how your audience can grow from it. You're taking that engagement, you're sharing it. Your audience is going to grow naturally from the people that you know and recommend, and so forth. We're trying to increase that natural, what people call organic engagement with that. Please comment. You're like, oh, this is amazing. You're sharing your story, sharing Jesus' story out there of what your experience is, and people can relate to that. And you can do this anytime. People can come on social media in the middle of the night. They need something to watch. You don't have to be there in person. You can drive traffic to other platforms. In fact, in the comment stream, if you learn more, I think if you do the comment, yes, I want to learn more, I put a little blog post, goes to my other blog that shares a little bit more tips on how you can get a better ROI with some of your marketing streams on that. So look for those 7 strategies on that part. And this is how most people are trying to keep the whole engagement. More things, did you know, share it to your story, and when people mention your account out there, then you can have a reply, oh, thank you for mentioning me, and you didn't realize that person did that, because it's going to do it for you. Some of those things that I can set up to help you create that engagement out there going. When people comment on posts, we can start an instant message that way. So there's a lot of different ways that might be some overwhelming that we just want to touch base and touch and be in front of your audience. So that direct message is the one that's really intimate. We want to create that right conversation relationship with people and keep that going. So you know exactly who you're talking to, you know those leads that you're wanting to get, and becomes a referral and closed business right in there. And so maybe you know that you're too busy to handle that first conversation, or realize that someone mentioned you out there and you want to make sure that's covered. I'm here, and you don't have to be frustrated anymore. I can guide you in that way. So write down on the piece of paper if you know one person that you can help, and let me help you help your story be told. Thank you so much for listening to me. And if you guys have any questions, I'm here as your expert to guide you in the way. If I can't answer it, I always guide you going, this person, let me research that and know exactly who to help on that end. Thank you so much.
Will you be taking questions?
Yes, any questions?
Great. Well, first of all, I have to testify that I did hire Alicia Stringer as my social media consultant. And I think the first thing I realized with Alicia's very well connected. She's got the kind of personality that she just tells you where you should be, where you need to show up at this meeting or that meeting. And she's really good about introducing people. She connected me with so many women. And so I'm very, very grateful for that. The other thing is, when things that I don't understand, which is most of the social media stuff, she's patient, and she is able to use the kind of language that allows you to connect what you do know to what you should know. And she's really patient with you, especially with me, so I really appreciate that. So I just want to, the question that I had is, like, I had no idea that you could do all of that just when you're doing live. So is that something that on all of the platforms you have the availability to just go live and be able to ask the person while they're speaking questions and then connect them as well? I'm just kind of curious.
Mainly right now the tool is just doing Instagram.
Okay.
On Facebook you can go live and we can trigger the post for those comments. So it'd be like a comment trigger. So it could be after the fact or during, just depends on how we set that up to make that go. YouTube has their own notification, and it doesn't do anything with YouTube. So it's mainly Instagram and Facebook that the comment triggers are working right now.
One more question. Can you ask, like if you're part of a group, can you ask, can you post in the group typically that you're going live, or how do you really let your audience and all the people you know that you're going live?
Most of the platforms give a notification to those that have subscribed, hey, I want to get their updates. And so they'll get a notification either on that platform that they're going live. So they would notify, hey, they're going live on this certain time, or you can get notifications that way. Other than that, you would have to drive traffic through your own following and email list. I am going live on this certain day. Mark your calendars, put an event, other ways. Tell people personally. That's why I said, I'm telling you right now, I'm going live right there, and go to and visit it. So there's so many ways we can strategize to grow that audience to see who's live at that time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming and being very supportive, and I've learned a lot from you as well. It's very, very, thank you, Dawn. Appreciate it.
So do I have an Instagram account?
Yes.
Somebody called me, I did the job for him. I said, how'd you hear about me? He goes, Instagram. I said, I don't have an Instagram account.
See?
He goes, yeah, you do.
There you go, it works. Yes.
Because I don't have it, I never looked at it, never logged on to it.
That's a nice one. Done some research on you. You participate in a lot of Zoom calls and whatnot, so there's an opportunity for people to be a guest, I guess.
Yes, interviews is a very hot strategy right now, to be a guest and do that. So if you're interested in trying being an interviewer or a guest, let me know. I'll hook you up. We'll do it.
I want to be interviewed.
Yes, and be interviewed, be an interview, be involved, yeah. And how you can be in other interviews. Cool. Very neat. That does definitely helps grow both audiences of each person, yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah. Awesome, thank you.
One more last question. So on our social media, since you're handling so many people in the room with social media, can they then, how do they connect their audience to you?
Through private messengers or just sharing, tagging, and stuff like that. Yeah. Saying, I recommend this one, and you can put the Ask Alicia Stringer, and that tags it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.